October, or whatever you decide. You need to decide if you're okay with cattle being left on the property during the wintertime when you have to feed hay. If there are any buildings of any kind, whether it's a barn or garage or any kind of permanent structure, I think the landowner should be responsible for the basic maintenance, if you want to put it as maintenance or upkeep. And I'll give you an example. If let's say a windstorm comes through and blows off 6, 8, 10 sheets of tin, I really think that should be on the owner of that barn, shed, whatever it may be. I think that should go towards, I think that's what the landowner should be responsible for, something like that. Also, if there is any fence that has to be replaced, and I mean a total replacement, I'm not talking about, patching a fence or replacing a post hither and yonder. I'm talking about, hey, it's time to tear this out, put in new posts, new wires, new brace poles, yada, yada, yada. I personally think that the landowner should take care of all of that. This is probably common knowledge, but also the landowner is responsible for paying the property tax. That should never go back on the person that's leasing the property. Here is something else that I've never really heard anybody talk about, and that is keeping liability insurance on the property. Just for the simple fact of covering yourself if somebody was to get hurt on the property, whether they're supposed to be there or not. That is something else that the landowner should carry. I'm not saying that, you have to, or the farmer that's leasing their ground should pay for it. I'm just saying, just as a peace of mind, I would have some form of insurance on the property just for the unknown, so to speak. Another point to touch on is the length or the term of the lease. I really think a landowner should be prepared and okay with a lease agreement of at least